Right now, the FMCSA is cleaning up the trucking industry in ways that we have not seen in years. And so many drivers out there have no idea how actually serious this is. We're talking about thousands of CDL schools already being shut down, drivers being placed out of service right now, and new rules coming that can change who's even allowed to be on the road at all. And if you are in trucking, whether you're a company driver or owner-operator, or even thinking about getting your CDL, this affects you directly. Because this isn't just some other regulations. This is a shift in the industry standard with who gets to stay in the industry. So in this video, I'm going to break down what's already happening right now, what FMCSA is rolling out next, and what this actually means for you in the real world and not just in the headlines. And the drivers who aren't paying attention to this right now are going to be the ones that are caught off guard. Now, all this came out from a statement from the FMCSA administrator, Derek Bars. He spoke at the U.S. Chamber of Commerce and said that they pretty much have about 9 new rulemakings in the works. Now, on the surface, that sounds like, oh, okay, great, more rules. But when you actually look at what's already been happening behind the scenes, this isn't something that's just coming. It's already happening as we speak. That's the part so many people out there are missing. Let's start off with the biggest piece of all this right now, CDL schools. FMCSA has already flagged or removed over 7,000 CDL training schools. They've sent investigators to all 50 states, and they conducted thousands of inspections in a short period of time. Now stop and think about that number. 7,000. That tells you this isn't just some small issue, this is a big issue everywhere. And when they actually went in and looked at these CDL training schools, here's what they found. Drivers are being trained in 2 to 3 days. Many drivers were having little to no behind the wheel time, which is crazy. They had fake or incomplete training records, and they even had instructors who did not even meet the basic qualifications. So let's call this what it is. They were not real training programs. These were what I like to call CDL mills. Places where people could pay money, get pushed through, and end up on the road in an 80,000 pound vehicle without actually knowing what they're doing. And that is exactly what FMCSA is shutting down right now. And if you've been in trucking even for a little while, you've seen this. Drivers getting their CDL way too fast, and people are on the road who clearly should not be on the road. So in a nutshell, that is really what this crackdown is targeting. But here's the thing, this isn't just about those CDL training schools. This is already hitting drivers directly. In 2025 alone, over 12,000 drivers were placed out of service for not satisfying the ELP, English Language Proficiency. And here's the part so many people miss or that they just straight up don't know. That ELP law has been around for a very long time, but we've now circled back and we are really enforcing it now. So that's a pattern that I really want y'all to understand about this entire situation. The rules didn't change on that, but the enforcement did. And on top of that, there is a major push on non-domiciled CDL holders. That includes things like visa verification, residency checks, and identity validation. And depending on how far this goes, estimates are saying up to 200,000 drivers could be affected. Now, whether it hits that number or not, the direction is clear. More control, more verification, higher standards. Now let's talk about something a lot of people don't see flat out. Fraud in the trucking industry, right? Unheard of. FMCSA right now is heavily going after chameleon carriers, fraudulent companies, fake records, and non-compliant ELD providers. And if you don't know what a chameleon carrier is by now, it's pretty much a company that racks up a bunch of violations, or they're just not a good company. They get shut down, they change name and or DOT numbers, and they come right back. And it's been happening for years, right? This is not something that's new. Now FMCSA is really focusing on trying to put a hard stop to that before it gets any crazier. So they're focusing on identity verification, data cross-checking, and pattern tracking. So instead of reacting after violations, they're trying to block bad actors from entering the system entirely, which I think is a pretty sick idea. And you're seeing this play out on the road too. There have been enforcement operations out there where nearly half of the trucks that were inspected were placed out of service. Think about that. Almost 50%. The normal average is around 20%. So when you see numbers like that, it tells you something clearly. There is a lot out there that was not being addressed before, but now it is being addressed. And it's not just companies and drivers that are being addressed, states are being addressed and pressured as well. So FMCSA has flagged multiple states that have issues with things like testing standards, record keeping, and general oversight. And if they don't fix those issues, they can lose federal funding or even lose the ability to issue CDLs. That's just how serious this is getting. So when FMCSA says that they have around 9 new rules in the making, based on everything that we're seeing right now, expect stricter CDL training requirements, more oversight on training providers, stronger vetting before carriers even get authority, expanded fraud prevention systems, potential changes to ELD certification, and just continued enforcement of existing rules. And the overall theme behind all of it is simple. Raise the standard of who's allowed to operate. Now, let's be real. This isn't just going to be fixed overnight, right? And this isn't all going to feel good right away. Short term, more enforcement, more drivers getting put out of service, more pressure just across the board. That's real. But long term, this is what happens when an industry gets flooded with undertrained drivers, weak oversight, and bad actors. Eventually, the system does start to correct itself, and that's exactly what we're seeing now. Listen, at the end of the day, not everyone should be operating these trucks. And I think you and I can both agree on that. One thing is clear, the trucking industry is changing, and it's already happening. If you want to keep seeing real news breakdowns and real trucking news breakdowns like this and anything compliance and trucking, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Until next video, stay safe, keep rolling.